Boom. And here we go, everybody. Hello. I promised an event and I kind of messed it up. Sorry about that. Happy New Year's, everybody. So I had the event planned and all scheduled out strategically for a month. And then it turns out I set it for the AM instead of the PM. So it went off this morning. So sorry to all those who, if you were up at 7:30 to go see my event, that would be pretty impressive. If so, you deserve to shake your fist at me over it not happening because I thought it was tonight, as I missed up the timing on AM and PM on the actual event. So sorry to all you out there, but the show must go on, right? So here we are. Rakehell 3 is pre-launched on Kickstarter now. You can see the barcode. Let's see if I point the right direction here. Yeah, so you can see the little QR code to the right here that could get you there, and the link is down below. The idea for this Kickstarter, or the point of this Kickstarter, is we need to get our fan base up. So it's going to be basically we're going to hit 100 fans so that we're growing. If not, if we're not growing, then the story we're going to write off in the next issue, and maybe a double-sized issue or something like that, and actually finish the story off early over having this longer series, just for completion for myself and for the fans who have supported it. Everybody deserves a conclusion, and it'll be it could be fun trying to figure that out as well, and trying to figure out how to end off all this stuff. But I want the series to go on. There's a ton of things in this series that are exciting and would be new to the horror genre that I've never seen done before. I don't know if I could squeeze that in the final 2 issues, or that one double stuff issue. But anyways, we'll see how everything goes. I hope for your support. I hope you tell a friend and get the backing that we need to get this thing over 100 fans, to say that we're getting a fan base going that we can work on to bring the story out. Now, the quality here is to the roof, as you'll see through this today. We're going to give you an introduction to Rakehell here and to the pre-launch, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek at the actual story from the upcoming Kickstarter that we'll be launching in February. So we'll launch February 1st is the plan, and then we'll take it from there. So without ado to that, let's start getting things rolling a little bit and talk about the actual pre-launch itself. So the pre-launch is live. There's some graphics there. Again, you'll get it when you go to these links, and then that link will turn into the actual Kickstarter. The exact same link will turn into the Kickstarter once that's ready, and once I hit the button in February for it to launch. So the first thing to note in trying to get things going, Kickstarter has this system to it, and this is educational for anyone who doesn't know, that if you get funded early, you get more exposure. Maybe because they know that you're going to be successful and people are going to get stuff from you. Maybe they think it's better to promote you that way. I don't know. I'm not going to say if it's fair or unfair. I guess either way, you don't know. But it's a system that is kind of catered towards you getting funded. So for this Kickstarter, to get it funded quickly, I dropped the requirements down to $1,000 Canadian, probably about $700, $800 US, to try and get it funded as quick as possible so we can get more eyes on it using the Kickstarter algorithm. So I'm doing every trick I can think of here to try and get things rolling. But to make that happen, I need everybody's support. And I need people to actually support it in the first week, or actually the first couple days. Some people's Kickstarters are funded just like that, right? Within a few hours to a day. I think if you don't get it done in the first couple days, it affects the algorithm. Not 100% sure on that, but the quicker, the better to get to that $1,000 Canadian goal. So just an FYI on that. That's our master plan here, to try and get more eyes on the product as we try a couple different marketing ideas, and of course trying to get things out here in different ways. Of course, I messed up the event after having a month of effort and trying to get that thing going. So oopsie on that, but we move on, right? So just an FYI there. So with this pre-launch, it's important to know that hang on, let me just check. Okay, yeah, I do have the right microphone on. With the pre-launch, it's important to get. I'm giving out some early rewards, and that's what you're seeing on screen right now. Is a graphic of the poker chip up here, and then you have the Lydian card over here, and then the Templar Challenge coins. So it's always nice to see the real item. So here's some graphics of it, but let's take a look at the real items just so I can show you guys. put this camera on. So the collector's edition. So for this issue, Derek Stevens, I didn't get Derek Stevens to do the collector's edition. Sorry, Derek. Nothing, it's nothing meant negative or anything like that. To anything, your work was amazing. But what's happened is going out and going to the cons and that, I discovered that people want my, I find it odd sometimes, but I am an artist as well as a graphic designer and the person who creates the comics and does all the stuff, did the character design and all that. So what I've done for the collector's edition to make it more special, first off, I've taken it from 100 copies down to 50 copies. So there'll be less of them available. And then on top of that, I will now be doing the cover art for the collector's editions so that someone, if you're friends, family, or fan of the art, you will now get something that's relatable back to me and something I can sign. So if I'm at a con, I'll be able to sign the cover for you, which is meaningful to some collectors out there. So that's kind of the purpose and point of all that, is trying to make it more collectible by lowering the numbers, me being able to sign it at a convention, and then the whole fact of that when I talk about it, I can now say it's my cover, right? So that's just seems to be important to people. That's what I've learned going to these conventions over the years, and particularly in this last year in dealing with people. So that's the plan. Now, the reason I have the art here, so this is actually the pencils, and this will be actually one of the reward tiers for the first time. I usually don't get rid of my art, to tell you the truth. You can't name more than one person who's gotten an original piece of art from me. And I don't even know if he got he did get the original. And that was a lot of years ago. He had asked me to draw Superman for him, an old friend way back in the day. So there are very few people out there who have any art of mine. So if you're a family member, or I can't even point at it, I hate it with the way this sounds this way. If you're a family member interested in something like this, or just an art collector yourself, get in on it. I don't know what I'm charging for it yet. I have no idea. It'll be the pencils. This is it. There might be a few little edits I might do to it. But we'll see what happens, and we'll figure that out as we go, of course. Good luck, whoever's interested. If it doesn't go, I'll shake my fist at you, but I'll get to keep my art. So I don't know if it's that bad for me. If we miss funding, then I'll be depressed. But anyways, so just a comment on that. And beyond that, I just wanted to go in and show the actual, so I can give you a sneak peek that Kickstarter won't let you normally see. So we're going to do this. I don't think this can get me in trouble with Kickstarter. I have no idea. I doubt it. But anyways, we're going to do it anyways.
Oh, oh, bugger. You hear it now, Gil? No? It says it's working. If I go backstage, it takes out. Yeah, I understand what happened now. The what so learning lesson number two, if I don't show a picture of myself, my audio goes away. Wow. Okay, so what? Yes, thanks, Gil. All right, so people were saying it wasn't working. It must have went off during as we were going, as soon as I got rid of myself in the view. So let's back up quickly. Let's go back. So I would have been fine here. So here I was talking about so I can't turn myself off. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see if I do this and change this to this way. No, it's reversed. Let's turn this on. Turn this back on. All right. So now, so learning lessons. I don't know where I'm hitting on the screen. There I am on the right now. So we will back up and try to go through this quickly again. And so, oh boy, so you learn a lot as you do these streams and as you lose all these tools. And the fact that if I visually don't show on screen, I didn't realize the audio stops. So now I'll keep myself on screen in weird little spots that I don't mean to. But anyways, so what I was saying before was the so we in this case we have so the goal is 100. We need to find 100 fans or we end the series. I don't know if you guys heard that part before or not. That's the idea. I'll write off the series if we don't get to 100 fans and end it for everybody in the next issues who supported it. But we need to the series need I need to be getting more fans or we can't just keep going. I've got so many other stories to do. So I'll end this story in an amazing fashion as I can think of. We'll just remove some of the cool stuff that I had in there. I don't want to end it early, but that's the speaking to the fans or the learning, and we can always go back to it in the future and open it up again after if I decide to, if it finds some fandom past that. Maybe it'll be cool to end it in the next issue, in a double issue probably or something like that. But anyways, so to make everything go well for the pre-launch, these are the actual items you can get for the pre-launch that you can win, or you will get as being a backer, so being a supporter of the series. So as I was showing before, I was showing the actual coin. Now I don't know what happens if I turn that on at the same time I turn this on. Okay, so I can't turn that on. Okay, so yeah, I was showing the coin before. Not coin. Sorry, the poker chip. Oop, with the Hellhound on it. So 20 people will. The first 20 backers will get this, and then there's the Templar coin. You can only get this through draw winnings in the series, issue 2 and now this one. There'll be 5 of these available that will be drawn for. Pretty cool. This is the design on the back is legitimate to the Templars. So that's what I was saying before. I won't go in depth to the discussion I was having on it, just so people don't have to stay as long to figure that out. But the actual logo of the 2 people on one horse is a humility thing for Templars and something to make people understand that they give up all their wealth to become a Templar. It's not about glory in the end. It's glory for God, not for them. So anyway, so 5 of these will be available. Then of course the Lydian Goddess card, which is a 4x6 postcard size art by Aja. I hate to give this one up, but I'm giving it up so to help promote and hopefully get us some more fans. And Aja signed it on the front, and his name's on the back. So it's got like a Rakehell's collector's congratulations, one of a kind card. So those are the rewards you're going to get for early backing, and early backing is important for Kickstarter, right? So I lowered the price of the Kickstarter down to $1,000, and that's an important thing for me to do at this point because I need to get more eyes on it quickly. So the quicker we can get to $1,000, more people, the algorithm on Kickstarter will support it and show it more to people knowing it's going to be successful. So that's one of the tricks I've done to try and not tricks, but things I've done to try and make this be more successful. It sounds weird to say lowering the price is going to help it. That's just the way Kickstarter works. I'm not here to judge it. I'm here to use it and figure it out. So that's just what I've heard. And this is the last kind of ditch try and do something to try and get us there quickly. So that's the pre-launch stuff. So hopefully you guys will sign up for the pre-launch, and then you'll get an email, you get notified, so you can quickly get in and get your chance at these prizes. The draws will probably happen within the first week. Maybe on that Friday, I'll have a draw for the Lydian Goddess card and for the coins. And of course, the first 20 people will get the actual poker chip. But anyway, all right. So we back that far. Now on to this part. So for the collector's edition, what I was saying before as well was that the collector's edition has been done exclusively by Derek Stevens in the last while, but I had to change that. So nothing to Derek. Derek's amazing. What's happened is I've learned that as I'm going through all these conventions and all that stuff, that a lot of people actually want my art. So they actually want to have when they come to my table, the first thing they ask me is this your art? Is this your are you artist of the comics and da 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 da? So the only way I can back that up is by having my art on the comics somewhere, right? And being able to have covers that I can sign and things like that. So I've taken over actually the collector's edition. I'm lowering the number on the collector's editions from 100 down to 50 to try and make them more collectible and have it make sense. And then for the first time ever, this is the actual art that I've done for the collector's edition. I'll be do a few more little edits to it, but this will be going to the inker soon to get it colored, and hopefully it'll be ready. Better be ready in time in a month. I better find the right people for that, but I doubt that'll be a problem. So I've had a lot of good support from artists, etc. So that's good. And this collector's edition, this is the first time I'll actually sell my art as an actual reward tier. I usually do not give up my art. I usually keep it all. I'm very possessive of it. I put so much work into it, especially this one. You would not believe the hours I put into this. You'll see it when you own it. When you look really close at the lines, you'll see a lot of lines erased, removed. I edit things a lot. So the erasing and editing to fix proportions but anyways, things you don't need to know. This will be the pencils that I'm offering. I don't know what the price of it will be at this point, but there obviously will only be one edition of real art pencils available of my stuff. So if you're a fan of the art, and if you're a family member or a friend who's always wanted a piece of my art, no one else has my art except for one person in my life so far, I believe. And that was a friend out west who particularly asked me before he moved away if I would do a piece of art, and I did for him back in the day. But no one has definitely 11/17 comic proportion stuff of any type. Anyways, so this is your chance out there to actually own a piece of my art. And if it's of interest to you, or for whatever reasons you like, bada boom. So that's what's going to happen with the collector's edition. It'll be probably a metal print. I haven't decided what type of metal print on the collector's edition, and I won't be putting art on the back. Well, I'll be putting my logo design on the back, the new logo design for Rakehell on the back, probably the skull within a cross. So I think it's really cool, and if it's a metal print, it should look amazing. So I'll probably make it black with that, and it will be a real cool looking collector's edition. And of course, the collector's edition will also come with all the extra art in that. So past that, I'd gone into the actual story itself. So let's see what happens here with my picture. Let's get rid of this. Let's do this. All right. So what I was talking about here was the actual campaign itself. So I'm giving you guys kind of a sneak peek into the actual story section. I don't know if Kickstarter likes you doing this or not, but this is the unfinished story part that I've got ready. With the rewards are not the final rewards, just an FYI. They're what I've put in, and they're almost finished. But what we got here is the plot from Rakehell. At the very top, I should mention, Rakehell's Quint's Curse. Issues 1 to 3 is available here. The 8+ dreadful pages. We're almost to 100. If you take the Untold Tales, which is another 20 pages, which has the 2 short stories in it, which is Quint and Gabriel Hand of God, they are part of the same world as Rakehell, the world of Whitefire. So it's this bigger life afterlife thing going on. They meld together, but not right now. It might not be obvious, but that all is part of the same storylines. Obviously, Quint, this is called Quint's Curse. And Quint, there's a short story on Quint, obviously, in that other comic. So you can get up to about 110 pages, 118 pages. With 108 pages. Why is my math so bad today? But anyways, around 108 pages of the world of Whitefire, which includes Rakehell and Untold Tales. So getting past the actual introduction of the plot, I've discussed this before. This is about a cursed town. It's about a secret Templar order that is on its last stand, and how they've gone into hiding, but they've now been found by the demons as they still continue to try and do their good kind of heroic work. Right here, you'll see a little animation that goes through the 3 little short, I don't know what they're called, blurbs of the actual comics. So I thought that was kind of cool. Issue 3 is called The Stewards of Rakehell. So it's about the people who are in the town of Rakehell and why are they there and what exactly are they doing in there, in a sense. I don't know. We'll see how that works out story-wise, how much I can put into the text of explaining a little bit of that without giving away too much. This is the Lilith cover. As I was blabbing on before, I've done a lot of research into Lilith and her stories across different platforms and people's different opinions on her. So this Lilith will be very independent. I don't want to tell you too much about the story itself, as we'll see how long it goes. If it only goes the next 2 issues, you might not get too much into Lilith past a few things. But the whole idea is a very independent, strong female character. I thought this is the ultimate. This is the ultimate, in today's day and age, they want a strong female character. Lilith could not be the stronger. She rejected Adam. She was the first wife of Adam. She rejected Eden. She rejected God in the end. You could not get a stronger female character, and being ostracized or kicked out of Eden and villainized over her independence and her strength. So throwing her into this storyline in that way, I think will be fantastic. How it works with the Templars and how it works in with Mangrel, which is our main evil demon, that'll all be explained, and kind of the conflicts there of interest and desires. Here's the art by Aja again. So this covers by Aja. Here's the art of the pages, and it's by Aja, and it's by CF Loom, who has come in and helped out, and it looks fantastic. This is top quality stuff. I mean, look at this. You can, this comic, the comics they make are high quality. This is taking the coloring, I think, to another level. The coloring was great in the other ones, but this is just it's matching Aja's style so well. And the painted kind of look of it is very, very good. It's very, very helpful for the story and the feeling of the drama. So as well as getting Rakehell 3, of course, this is a Rakehell 1, 2, 3. That's why you're getting 88 plus pages. And these are the 2 standard covers from Rakehell 1 and 2. And here we have the actual art from inside, just a preview of a couple pages inside. And this is the decoder cards. So each series I make unique. I don't know if you guys heard this before. I don't think so when my mic was off. But anyways, I make each story have each comic series have its own uniqueness to it. The Forsaken Future has a bunch of sarcastic ads from the future, like from RoboCop. Rakehell has a bunch of hidden runes in it that you can find and decode. So in this example here, oh shoot, shot me back up. Why did it shoot me all the way back there? There we go. It did it again. Son of a. All right. Wanted to just make it a little bigger so people can see. There we go. So in this idea here is there's hidden runes, for instance, on the cover of issue 1, and you can decipher them with this card, which is also printed in the back of each issue of Rakehell, or you can download the PDF of the card off the website. And on our website, I have the interpretation of what they mean, just like this. It'll have it'll show you where it is on the page, and it will tell you what it means, the translation of it, so you can see if you got your translation right and see if you found them all. Kind of a little game in a sense, but it will also give you little insights to a couple tidbits in the story. Some of them might be red herrings, but etc. So as for variant covers for this issue, I actually went crazy, and there's more than there probably should be again. But I got the art. I was like, well, we need to sell more comics, more art, more covers. Hope people will like the different covers and buy them. This one here is by Irwin J. Arosa. Phenomenal guy, super talented, super quick. And this is the Stewards of Rakehell. So this is our Stewards. These characters will be explained. You'll see that they're not superhero style characters, that your typical superhero type thing. We try to avoid that as much as possible with Rakehell. We're trying to tell a story, not necessarily do a superhero comic. And we're trying to do a horror series, which I don't know, superhero and horror. I guess Blade would be an example of that that worked well. But anyways, so this is the Lilith, the Dark Eden cover done by Andre Lunatic and inked by, I'm going to say his name wrong, Kupler Perinchler. Sorry, Kupler, that's even close. And David Ocampa did the coloring. So the three of them came together on this. And what's cool about this cover, this is our art team for the Forsaken Future issue 2 that's now starting, the work's starting on. So this is the team you're going to get. Hopefully, Kupler is, I've been a little bit delayed, and hopefully Andre and David will still be available. I have been delayed a little bit because of some other things going on, but anyways, so hopefully that team will still be in place. And then we've got another cover of the actual town of Rakehell, the church in Rakehell, the town of Rakehell, and by Aja. So that will be available. I think it's a really cool cover with all the bugs kind of flying in. Very different. I don't think I've ever seen a cover quite like this. Got a bug in the foreground and the kind of the tombstones and the boarded up church. Got kind of a neat vibe. And the coloring he did on this is excellent. Excellent work on that. So here we have kind of a little animation of the cast. Some of the characters, not all the characters. Lilith isn't in here, or the new characters. But we got Keeper, we've got Mangrel, we've got Nick, and we've got Trevor in here. So just a little animation for fun, just to introduce people a little bit to the characters. And then as add-ons, we have, this is pretty well where we're at before. So as in the sense of add-ons, we now have the variants from issue 1. There's only one variant for issue 1, and that's the Demonic Curse one here by Aja. In issue 2, we've got Irwin's work again, a Rose's work, which is a beautiful cover. Oops. And then we've got the Hellhound, which shouldn't have a space in it, but anyways, Hellhound cover by Joaquin Guerrero. A combination of art and graphic design by myself. I took Aja's art and I took Joaquin's art and combined it to make an EC type old school horror comic cover. And yeah, so I combined their styles and turned it into this and did the graphic design. It even looks like the cover's stained. Got like a water damage to the cover to try and make it look a little bit older. I was going to do some damage to the corner to make it like the corner was folded. I probably should have. That would have been fun. But anyways, I just didn't. Didn't do it at the time. And then we've got the anime horror cover by Aja as well from issue 2. All of these ones will be available for you to pick as variants, whichever variant you want. As well, the other series I mentioned, we had other series. The Forsaken Future issue 1, it got out last year or the year before. I think it might have been the year before, or maybe it was last year. But anyways, issue 1 is now out. 32 pages, sci-fi, post-apocalyptic type story with a lot of twists and differences from a normal sci-fi story, I think. But it's pretty cool, and I won't go too much into detail of that. Then, as mentioned before, we've got the Untold Tales. So this is the Quint short story with the Gabriel short story. It's a flip comic. I can actually show you some of the comics in a second here after we get through the bottom of this. And then, of course, just to mention as well, this cover I did, the graphic design combination of Aja and Joaquin's work, was actually an honorable mention for cover of the year by Comics Wellspring. So that was really cool in their contest that we got an honorable mention. We didn't win, but they thought it was cool enough that it needed to be mentioned. So I thought that was pretty neat that they loved the cover. We've got Rakehell t-shirts, very well. The Raise a Little Hell shirt, very well received. Everybody seems to love that t-shirt. I love the t-shirt. I'm wearing my Rakehell t-shirt right now. I think it's pretty badass too. But we got t-shirts now, which I think is cool, and the quality is super high. They're cotton, ring spun cotton. I don't know what that means, but apparently it's a higher quality. It's softer. We've got the Legacy Whitefire Comics card set. So this is history. This is where we started off, me and Corey, where we started going down this road. We tried to raise funds. It's kind of funny to think. We tried to raise funds for the comics by doing a card set because there's good profit usually on card sets. And it was a way, without having our comics fully completed, we had some shorts. We had the shorter stories like ready. I believe I had the Forsaken Future and Quint ready at that time. and Corey had his first version of Sister Mercy ready, 10 pages at that time, I believe 10 or 12 pages. So these were actually the card set we were using to try and support us raising some money to get things launched. They'll seem very dated to where we're at now, but that's what makes them so cool, is that this is a snapshot of Whitefire Comics history, and it's a great price and it's high quality. I'll show this to you in a second. It's actually silver. I forget what the name of it is. A special silver ink on top of a midnight black cardstock. It's pretty cool. We have the holochrome posters. I don't know if I can show the. Oh, I could show that. I could show the posters later. We might have a couple seconds to go get them and show them. I'll see if I can fit them into the camera. I'm not sure, but we'll try. We've got the vinyl sticker set, and again, these graphics. I don't know if these prices will be the final ones or not. And then I have the poster set. So right now, I think this is a great deal. Everybody's telling me to raise the prices on the posters. I might change this price a little bit. We'll see. But anyways, I'm going to give a deal. Maybe it'll be 3 for $20. Maybe it'll be Canadian. Now, this is all Canadian, of course. But a lot of people, say I'm selling my posters too cheap, and I want to give everybody a good deal. So maybe that's my own fault. But anyways, so this price might change up to $20 for 3. We'll see. I'll have to think about it. But anyways, there's a bunch of posters that we now have available through all the art of Whitefire Comics, and there's more than this available. I just haven't got to updating this graphic. This graphic's an older graphic, so that's why it's got that. So you have to take everything here with a grain of salt. We'll see where the prices end up. But I think that either way, 3 posters, $11.17 for that price is excellent. The stretch goals we're going to have 2 hologram stickers. The first one will be the Rakehell sticker, like the one on my shirt. So that'll be a hologram. I can show you that in a minute. Some digital wallpapers, and the Hellhound Raise a Little Hell sticker. So that's about it. I do have a little section on this one about us, which is me and all of the people who've helped Whitefire Comics over the years. I do have, just to show you guys quickly, a Hall of Fame on my website. Oh, it won't show it. You can click, you'll be able to click this link. It won't show it, unfortunately, in the stream without me clicking a bunch of buttons. So the idea being that you can see all the people I've worked with over the years and the thank yous to them as being part of the Whitefire Comics Hall of Fame. And then I put some pictures down here of just for fun of myself in the Star Trek captain seat and our booths over the years. So this is the latest booth at East Coast Comic Con this year. Probably at one of the more advanced corner booths that I've had with the television and the background. I just wanted to show that I've been around the block with this. We've been around the block with this. Anybody who's worked with me. Here's my nephew Brandon helping him out at Ottawa Comic Con. This booth, people said this was the booth of the convention. Like this was the best booth there, which I really appreciated. A lot going on. It had a huge television. It had ads on the side. It had this depth to it with this big banner. And then, of course, we had our comics and other stuff for sale. But anyways. And then we've got some other of the booth situations over the years at Fanaticon, at the Comic Convention, Comic Consortium Convention, I believe it's called here in Ottawa Comic Con. And to a bunch of different places. HellCon, where they didn't have my power ready, but they were an amazing place. Didn't have power, so that television didn't do anything. Back to when we started. This actually, here's a picture of me and Corey way back over a decade ago at Ottawa Comic Con when we first kind of launched and had the card set. It was pretty well all we had back then. Kind of funny to think how much stuff, if you were to take our stuff and put it together now, how much stuff we've got with his Attic Door Comics and Whitefire Comics. But anyways, you can see the start of it all. And then, of course, this is the booth again at Ottawa Comic Con at one point, one of the years. So that's just it. Just want to mention that we create premium comics. And let me go back to the other camera again, hopefully without losing sound. And I'll just give you guys one little, it does not want to let me out of the window. There we go. And I'll turn the camera back on, this one off, and this one on. So this one on so you get sound. So this is the card set. Put a lot of work into this back in the day. It's a limited print card set. It's a silver leaf ink, I believe is what it's called, which is pretty nice. And they come in this plastic case. And, there's quite a bit of stuff in here of the ideas we had back in the day. Some of the writing on mine aren't the best. Corey's writing is always amazing. But even then, you got like some different stuff, some different ideas. The Rakehells early on, some Corey stuff there. Jonathan Quint, early art by Rodney Bennett, here and here. And that's Rodney again, The Forsaken Future, how it started out, some of the characters. So that's a really nice little card set for a really good price at $5 for 15 cards. You get the complete set. And as for the comics, just to show the comics, move the mic over. Oh, that's right. I'm using my headset. When my head moves, it comes with me now. Never mind. So just to show, this is Rakehell 1. Just to show its quality, right? This is a very thick paper. I wanted to make it quality. It's glare paper, so it shines quite a bit with the camera light. Here, let me see if I can fix that with this. Did that make it better? Let's see. I put a little bit of a glare over there. No, it didn't help. Lighting is so. You want to learn about making podcasts and doing all these events. Lighting is so important. You can have some pretty bad lighting, and it will make something look good or bad. But in this case, it adds a lot of shine because there's a gloss on the paper. But just to show this, it's quality stuff. Like Adja is amazing. The lettering I do is quite high end, I believe. I don't want to go too far to give away too much. This is the collector's edition from issue 2. It's a holochrome cover. It's art on both sides in this case. It was a misprint of one, so that's why I'm using it as a demo copy to beat the hell out of, the literal hell out of. But just to show, it's quality stuff, right? We're not talking about, capable artists, capable coloring, great lettering. We've got the complete package going when it comes to creating the comics. The weakest link maybe is my writing, which has come a long way, and it is. I like to think it's pretty good now. A lot of people tell me it is, but it's hard to give yourself credit sometimes. This is the Hellhound cover by Joaquin Guerrero for issue 2, one of the variants. Again, the variants for issue 2 all have unique art on the back, which is kind of a cool factor to it. I won't be doing that for this coming version. And this is Untold Tales I was talking about. So this is actually a short story about Quint and an introduction kind of to Rakehell and about him leaving Rakehell, actually. And this is a flip comic. So that's like the old Marvel Presents. It's this way, and you flip it, and it's another story this way, Gabriel Hand of God. Gabriel Hand of God is an introduction to the afterlife, and is really setting the table for what the afterlife and what's going on in the afterlife in all these series in the world of Whitefire. Again, there's only 11 pages to this story, or 10 pages to the story, I think. So I don't want to go too far into it because I'll give out way too much. But this is Gabriel Hand of God. It's epic in the sense of these large armies fighting with these Rakehell demons in the afterlife, why that's happening and things going on. But anyways, that's all I wanted to show today. I know we went awfully long, because almost an hour, because of the audio going out there when my picture is off. It won't happen. Maybe I can edit that section out afterwards, so no one else will have to suffer through the silent part. But anyways, if you stuck around, thanks for stopping in. Please go to the pre-launch page and make sure that you select get notifications so that you can act quickly when we launch. It's super important to this series. The future of this series literally will be decided by the fans. We either get the 100 and the story goes forward, or we don't get the 100 and we end the story in the best fashion possible, in a shorter kind of story arc. Either way, the story will be finished. I would never leave anybody hanging, and I don't want to have an incomplete feeling over everything. I want to be able to complete the story in whatever fashion that the fans are going to let me do that at it. So it's all in your hands at this point, to whether you tell a friend, decide to back it yourself, do your thing. All the help is appreciated. Thank you to all the artists who have helped us get this far. I'll keep sharing things out, and hopefully I won't keep messing up things like AM and PM on our events, and I'll keep the audio on in the next ones when I'm trying to do this stuff. So that's it for me. You all have a great evening, and wish everybody the best in the new year. And hopefully we'll see you or talk to you between now and the next year. And Rakehell will be continuing. All right. I'll stop yapping. I think that's everything. All right. Stay fresh, everyone. Later.